What's up, everybody? Just wanted to keep you in the loop since we've made some updates to Birdseye. We'll go into one of the reports I've pulled here in the past. So now instead of a Google still image here, we've added a Google interactive image. You can zoom or it's actually the Google API. So it's Google Maps integrated into Birdseye. So you could zoom out, see what's around it. Or you could do a street view if you want to do that, and it's an interactive map. So that's really cool. Um, but yeah, so now Bird's Eye is pretty much like imagine Google Earth, but it gives you, demographics. It gives you crime, it gives you rent comps, it gives you employment, it gives you supply and upcoming deliveries, it gives you schools. I mean, it's basically everything you would care about in a market that you're investing in. And when I say it gives you demographics, I mean it gives you a very, very detailed demographic analysis. So it breaks down all the age groups, breaks down the economics, poverty rate, unemployment rate. It gives you income stats. It tells you how many are below or above 50K, like what percentage of the households and the number of households. So that's good. Which I mean, you want to know that, especially if you're investing into to rental real estate. You want to make sure that your demographic or your tenant base can afford your rent. It gives you education levels, housing, so your total vacancy rate, median rent, versus median owner cost. How many houses or how many are owner occupied versus renter occupied? And mobility, like it shows you how many people have lived in the same house, how many people are moving within the county, moving from abroad or moving from a different state. So you have that. It gives you rent growth, population growth, and employment growth down here. This is huge. You want to know this for sure with any market that you're going into. You want to see growth here. And this is important too, employment by industry, because you want to make sure that the market you're investing in is not dependent on a certain industry. So like if that industry shuts down, all your tenant base moves out. That's important to know. Supply and upcoming deliveries. I mean, this is important because you got to know what your competition is doing, right? And if a ton of units are coming online in the next year, then you're probably not going to be able to push rent like you may have expected to. So that's important to know. This Bird's Eye gives you that. Crime. This is like the most in-depth crime breakdown I've ever seen. So it gives you a grade, safety percentile, crime rate, population, gives you a breakdown of violent property versus other crimes, a geographic analysis. So it tells you like where the safest region is, where the most incidents are at, where the fewest incidents are at, like safest versus higher risk zones. That's cool. I really like that. It gives you the economic impact. So cost per resident for each crime. It gives you a total cost associated with each crime down here, which is kind of crazy. I've never seen that before, but very cool. And similar to the geographic analysis, the area comparisons just compares different zip codes in the city to the zip code that you're looking at. So that's cool. Um, Also, you can compare this economic impact to the state average and the national average. So that's good. Obviously, rent comps are important. We've added HUD fair market rents here because some people like to reference that if you're investing into affordable housing or you want to accept Section 8 vouchers. This is where that number comes from. Don't expect 100% of that. I've heard anywhere from like 80 to 90% is a safe bet. So, yeah, it's just a nugget for you. But yeah, it gives you a list of rent comps, tells you how far away they are. So, really, these top three would be your best comps because once you start going to like 5 miles out, it's kind of irrelevant. It's in a totally different area. But yeah, it's nice to still have those rent comps. So, got that. If you click on it, you can see like the breakdown of one beds, like what the rent and the rent per square foot, and like the size of the units for each unit type, which is cool. And if you click view source, it'll take you directly to an apartments.com listing, which is very cool because now you can see the unit you're comparing to see if you're comparing apples to apples or apples to oranges. You could see like what their rent is. Like clearly this is a renovated unit, so you could see like what their rent for renovated units is versus classic units, which is very cool. And then the last thing it gives you is nearby school ratings. So this is important for, parents who you may be renting to. Like they're going to care about this. They're going to want to know that Like you being close to a highly rated school is gonna matter. I mean, it's valuable. So plus you need to know if like the schools around surrounding your property are really bad too, because that might be a deterrent for some parents that you want to rent to. Um, but yeah, this is a breakdown of Bird's Eye. I really like this tool. This we built this tool to solve our own problem in our because we would spend hours researching these sites and all this data. So all this data comes from the U.S. Census Bureau, BLS. Most of it comes from the U.S. Census. And we would spend hours. I mean, these sites are ancient and they're not user friendly at all. So we would spend hours digging through these sites trying to find these, like all these things that I just ran through. We would spend so much time doing that and we would miss out on potential opportunities because so much of our time was allocated to this part of our business. And so we built this tool to solve our problem, and we use this tool so much we've been able to 10x the number of offers that we've made on properties this year. And I can't say enough good things about it. Um, but yeah, it saves you a ton of time. It's relatively cheap too. I mean, 30 bucks a month. Actually, for the end of the month, just to get new users in the door, we are doing 3 months for the price of one. So you're talking $10 a month for all this data, which is kind of crazy. And there's zero chance that it stays that price forever. It'll likely not stay at $30 a month forever, but we won't raise the rent on our users. Everyone who signs up at the price point, at the $30 a month price point, will be grandfathered in. So you don't have to worry about, a year down the road, getting your rate increased or you see your card being charged more. That's not going to happen. But yeah, just wanted to give everyone a breakdown and let you know where we're at with this tool. I am very excited and I want to get this to as many people as possible, get it in front of the right people who could use it, and I want to help people grow their businesses. So